Good evening, everybody. It is Charlie here, and welcome back to another video on the Chatting Leeds YouTube channel. It is the return of Bitesize Leeds, all the latest goings on in the wonderful world of Leeds United Football Club. And yeah, boy, has it been an eventful day in the world of Leeds United. Things are finally starting to happen. No, this is not a drill. Leeds United are on the verge of signing a player. We've got a new sporting director in. There's other players that have apparently agreed personal terms. There's a player that's left. A lot has gone on today, guys. But just before we get into it, as always, please smash that like button. It really does help get the video out there. Please subscribe to the channel if you're brand new as well. We're on the road to 3,000. If you could do me a solid, hit that subscribe button. It is free and it will really help me out. Hit that notification bell. And of course, get all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. I do read all of your comments. I may not be able to get back to every single one of you on the comment section, but I do read them. So please get your thoughts in as well. Right then, where do we start? I think it's only right that we start with the main talking point of the day. Leeds United have agreed a deal with Chelsea for the transfer of Ethan Ampadu, Welsh international, 22 years of age, formerly on loan at Spezia, I believe you call them, RB Leipzig, and of course, more notably to us, Sheffield United a few seasons back. We have played against him. Very good player. A lot of people seem to think that Ampadu operates as a centre back, which he can do. He can be utilised there, but he's mainly a number 6, and he's probably better as a defensive midfielder, like you say, a number 6, if you will. For me, this is a really smart and shrewd signing. £7 million plus add-ons is a real snippet for him. Chelsea were obviously prepared to let him go. He's never really got the rough of the green at Chelsea. He's always been out on loan, but this is a permanent transfer. So hopefully, he can get, he can adapt well to the environment at Leeds United. He suits Daniel Farke's way of playing, as he will anchor that midfield. And apparently he is best anchoring a midfield 3, but obviously the Daniel Farke's system is a 4-2-3-1. So I do thoroughly believe, though, that he can thrive in a 4-2-3-1 system as well. Really exciting, guys, as I say, and it's quite refreshing and quite nice to see Leeds United doing business behind closed doors. No leaks, it's all just rumours at the minute, isn't it? But Leeds have been doing deals in the background. And, this is a name that we've not been linked with. It's not been rumoured or anything like that. It's just come out of the blue from Phil here today. And then within a few hours of him first sharing the story that Leeds were in advanced talks, the deal had been agreed. The medical will get booked and it should be signed, sealed and delivered over the coming days. Really good start to the transfer window. I, for one, am happy with this signing. I think it'll be good for the Daniel Farke system, and it's a real statement of intent. Saw Connor at One Leeds say this earlier, and I thoroughly agree. I believe this is the signing of the championship so far. I think it's the best signing out of all the championship teams so far. I think it's got potential to be a real asset at Leeds United, does Ethan Ampadu. As I say, Welsh international, played at the World Cup. He's a Premier League footballer, for God's sake, and we've managed to convince him of the project, and he will be a Leeds United player over the next few days. Moving on then, more potential incomings. This is, again, it just feels good that we've actually got some stuff to talk about. Apparently, this hasn't been confirmed by Phil here or the Yorkshire Evening Post, Fabrizio Romano, anyone like that. But there are a lot of outlets out there today reporting that apparently Leeds United have agreed personal terms with Rangers midfielder Glenn Kamara, and the deal could be in the region between £4 and £6 million. Again, another real solid signing if that comes off. Again, don't proclaim to know much about Glenn Kamara, but from what I've seen, other players, pundits and stuff speaking about him today, he's a really good player, a ball winner, an anchor in that midfield. And I think, he could partner Ethan Ampadu really well in that midfield. A good passer of a ball as well. But I'd say Ampadu's probably more technically gifted than Kamara, but Kamara has similar attributes to a Tyler Adams, for example. And I think that would be a real good signing as well. Where does that leave Tyler Adams then? Obviously, Tyler Adams is a player that the 49ers and Leeds United in general would like to keep. I'm sure Daniel Farker is of that opinion as well. However, he is injured at the minute. Leeds United worried that his injury could mean that he's out a little bit longer. Or are Leeds United worried that it could get towards the end of the window after the season started and a Premier League team could come in for him and pay that release clause? But either way, get Glenn Kamara in as well as Ethan Ampadu, and you've got some real good midfield options there if Tyler Adams does stay. You've got Darko Xhebe, you've got Lewis Bate, you've got Archie Gray as well, who are all coming through. So again, we would be very good in that area, and it would be good depth to have. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled on the Glenn Kamara deal, guys, because there's a lot of outlets reporting that that is the case. Another player that various outlets are reporting that we've agreed personal terms with, as well as a player that we've already discussed on the channel, and that is Liverpool centre back Nat Phillips. Deal apparently in the region of £8.5 million. Again, a proper ball playing centre back, will head a brick. Um, and again, just a real solid defender. Decent experience at first team level at Liverpool. He played a lot when Van Dijk was injured a few seasons back. Played in the Champions League against the likes of Real Madrid, AC Milan. And obviously, he did play quite consistent in the Premier League as well. He was part of Bournemouth's promotion winning side a few seasons back as well. So, decent defender. It's not working out for him at Liverpool, and it could be a fresh start that he needs at Leeds United. So if that's being done as well, apparently that's all but done is the Nat Phillips deal. So hopefully that means that we can get that deal done as well. If we can get Ethan Ampadu, Glenn Kamara, and Nat Phillips all in within the space of the next week and a half, then that would be brilliant. A brilliant start to the transfer window for Leeds United. Now, obviously, another incoming that's been confirmed as well. He's not on the player front, but it's at boardroom level. Greta Steinson, I believe that's how you pronounce his name. Anyway, he's a former Bolton player, I believe, but he's had boardroom roles at Everton and Tottenham in the past. Now, obviously, it didn't work out at both those clubs, but let's be honest, both those clubs don't exactly have the best owners to work with. I feel, he's got a reputation of getting what he wants, and he's ruthless within the transfer market and within negotiation scenarios as well. So, yeah, really happy with that as well. Again, it just feels like things are starting to happen. Now, is there white smoke at the EFL? Have the EFL told Leeds United that the takeover's all done and it's just literally waiting an announcement? Have the EFL at least just given Leeds a deadline that it'll be by, I don't know, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday this week? So that's why Leeds United are getting these deals wrapped up now. It is just a bit of a coincidence that obviously the Ethan Ampadu deal's happening. We've reportedly agreed personal terms with Glenn Kamara and Nat Phillips. It just feels like maybe the EFL have finally started to do the job properly, and finally putting everything into motion so that Leeds United can start cooking in this transfer window. And it does seem like we are already cooking in the transfer window. I'm buzzing with the Ethan Ampadu deal, and hopefully Glenn Kamara and Nat Phillips can be done as well. But there will need to be more, but it will be a real good start to the window. Obviously, Emmanuel Dennis as well. I touched upon him on the live weekly catch-up show last night and on a short uploaded this morning as well. For me, Emmanuel Dennis would be a decent addition. I get why people are saying it isn't a good signing given the lack of game time that he got at Nottingham Forest, but I don't put all that down to his ability. I put that down to the squad that they had at the time, and maybe Steve Cooper didn't really rate him and he was just brought in without him knowing, or he didn't get his final say, which means he wasn't really going to be part of Steve Cooper's plans. He was decent at Watford, but he's not really a number 9. He's more of a wide player. I feel like Leeds United need to go out and get an out-and-out number 9, the likes of Yol Perot, Akpom, For example, I think Patrick Bamford is done at Leeds United. I don't want to see him leading the line, but I think he's the only out and out number 9 that we've got. But Emmanuel Dennis would be a decent addition. He would. Maybe Farker sees him as playing as a number 9 and can turn him into a number 9. Who knows? But I feel like he operates more as a wide player. But if we lose the likes of Harrison and Somerville, maybe even Nonto at some point, then he would be a good replacement for any of those players. And just briefly before we go as well, guys, Joel Robles, obviously he was released, but he was offered the chance to train with Leeds United and potentially get a new contract. But he has released a statement on his social medias this afternoon stating that he is leaving the club. And obviously, just put out a statement thanking the fans for their support during his time there. I would have kept your Robles on at least as a backup, but again, he'll probably want to be playing a lot more regularly before he calls it quits on his career. But obviously, a big thank you to him for coming in for last season. And, he put in some decent performances under Sam Allardyce towards the end of the season as well. It wasn't his fault why we were relegated, but I wish him all the best with his future. And that's it for tonight, guys. Obviously, if more things break after this video goes out, then I will discuss it in a short in the morning. If not, though, guys, I will be back tomorrow night with another installment of Bitesize Leeds where we'll be discussing all of tomorrow's news. Hopefully, there's more news on Ethan Ampadu, and hopefully we get more clarity on Glenn Kamara and Nat Phillips. Are they coming in? Our personal terms really agreed? Hopefully, we can find out. And of course, hopefully we find out over the coming days if the EFL have actually given that green light. It does seem like it with the deals that are happening, but it'd be good to see that confirmation, wouldn't it? So just before you go, guys, on your way out, please smash that like button. Really does help me out and get the video out there. Please subscribe to the channel as well if you are brand new, and get all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section along with hitting that notification bell. And I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.